Welcome to the Selling Central Florida podcast. We are your hosts, Jenna and Tiffany.
We are two best friends who are also realtors specializing in the Central Florida real estate market.
Join us every week as we provide valuable, simple, and comprehensible real estate advice.
We'll cover contracts, inspections, investments, and so much more. Sound good? Let's dive in. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Selling Central Florida, the podcast. I am here with, of course, the beautiful Jenna. Hello.
Hi, Tiffany.
We are here today. Well, first of all, you guys might have seen on social media a couple weeks ago, I got to go to this exclusive open house event. So we're really excited today to interview with Lafayette.
Hello.
Lafayette. Amazing house.
Thank you.
It's so nice to meet you here.
Same here.
Thank you.
So Lafa is the one that is listing this gorgeous home that we're in and the home that I visited the exclusive open house event last week, which was really cool. Lots of champagne, a saxophone, charcuterie board.
The good stuff.
Charcuterie.
All the best things.
You said that right?
I did.
You did.
Yay.
Charcuterie.
It took a lot of practice.
Oh, I can imagine.
But we're also, make sure that you check out our YouTube channel on this one because we're actually going to YouTube the whole thing, right? I think this is the first time we're doing that, right, Jenna?
So it's going to be hard to edit because normally it's pretty easy to edit the audio. Nobody's looking at us. This time you're going to hear us and you're going to be able to see us.
There you go.
You'll see us in all our flaws.
Which is nerve-wracking. But so hi, YouTube. Yay. But Lafa.
Yes.
Tell us. Lafa, Lafayette. I call him Lafa. I don't know. What do you prefer?
Usually when somebody calls me Lafayette, it's because I'm in trouble.
Okay.
So we'll stick to Lafa.
All right. Tell us about yourself.
So I am, I've lived in Florida, Central Florida my whole life. I'm originally from Brazil, moved here as a kid when I was 10. I have a background in pretty much marketing. So I marketed real estate for 10 years.
Wow.
So I did real estate photography. I started with photographing cars, got into the car industry because I'm a car guy. Then eventually got into weddings and portraits. And then after that, went into real estate and never left. So after working in the real estate industry for a long time, I always wanted to kind of dip in on the sales side because I've always done sales. And I love doing it. I'm big on relationships, creating relationships with people and getting to know, each other. And I never had a chance because it does get expensive to become a realtor, right off the bat. You have to have a reserve and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it took me a long time to kind of work up to that. And I made the transition about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago into becoming an agent. And it's the best thing that I've ever done.
Nice.
Wow. Congrats. So 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago.
And tell me the price of this house.
So we're listed at $6,670,000.
Wow.
It's a beautiful, beautiful home. It's brand new. It's never been lived in. It was built in 2020. And when I say it's never been lived in, like it's never even been slept in.
What?
So,
oh my God.
Can we be the first?
I was like, does somebody have to test it out?
Imagine, having a house like this and never setting foot to sleep at.
Yeah.
Not even once.
Beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
But, the house was something that started as a family project. So I know the sellers, and it started off as a family project that got too big. And then the house just got, too big for them. And instead of moving in, they decided to just keep the house, put the house on the market. Because a lot of people like a brand new home versus something that's been lived in. So they just made that decision.
Wow.
And now we're listening.
Okay. So back up a little bit. Did we already mention that you're at the same brokerage as Tiffany?
We didn't.
No,
Okay.
we didn't.
Dun, dun.
And it's funny. So I've actually been at Nova Real Estate. It'll be 2 years on Sunday.
Wow.
Yay. Happy 2 years.
Happy 2 year anniversary.
2 years. Wow. What a way to kick it off.
Brokerversary, I guess you can say.
Brokerversary.
Brokerversary.
Yes.
So did you were one of the first agents then?
Not one of the first agents, but the ones that are there now, I'm probably the one that's been there the longest.
Yeah.
I've known the broker for about 20 years.
Oh, wow.
So I've known her for a very long time. I started with a different brokerage. And she was like, Lafa, why don't you come work with me? I'll hold your hand pretty much through the process and teach you everything.
Yeah.
To me, it was a no-brainer. And
Yeah.
it was honestly the best decision that I've done.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Where did you meet Fernanda 20 years ago? I don't think I even know this.
No.
Fernanda's our broker's name, by the way.
This is good.
Shout out to our fave.
So when we moved here from Brazil, my parents used to have a transportation company. They used to work with tourists from Brazil, like taking them to the parks and, you know, the shopping and all that stuff. When Faye moved here from Brazil, I think it was after she worked at a few places, and then she worked for the company that my parents used to work with.
Oh, that's cool.
So we literally used to work in the same building.
Oh, cool.
Just a couple doors apart.
I didn't realize you knew where that was.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
So cool. So how's Tiffany doing at Nova?
Tiffany's doing good.
She's trying to get the tea over here. Don't fall for it. No, Lafa.
Tiffany's doing great. She's currently at the #1 spot.
Oh,
good job, Tiffany.
Not for long, man.
We all know I'm about to lose it, but it's okay.
Not for long.
The thing that I love about our brokerage and Lafa in particular is that we all get along so well. So I think him and I from the very beginning, he started first, but I started shortly after. A couple months.
About three months,
okay.
I think. 3 or 4 months after.
So we kind of started together. He had more experience than I did, especially in real estate. He actually took my first photos for me of my first listing. Yes. And they're my favorite still to this day.
Good to know.
But as much as we compete, like we have I would say like healthy, fun, competitive.
I want to see her win. Like everybody wants to see each other win. So.
And so we're over here like, no, I'm going to beat you. No, I'm going to beat you. And then I think I told you the story. I'm like, oh, Lafa, I need help splitting this PDF, and I'll send it over to him. He'll do it. Or I say, oh, I can't get this photo right. He's like, send it to me. I'll fix it for you. Yeah. And he's so helpful. So we have
teamwork. Like I said, I'm very big on relationship. Like to me, the only competition you have is with yourself.
Yeah.
So if I can see her win, you know, and beat me on numbers, like I'd be happy to do that. I'm happy where I'm at.
Right.
So I don't have to compete with anybody to prove that, you know, I'm better than anybody else. Mm-hmm. So that's how I am.
As much as I'd love to have a $6 million listing, I'm so happy that Lafa has it, and he shares all the fun with all of us in the office.
And you will get it. You will have it. You know, I was blessed to have an opportunity to have a listing like this. So it doesn't fall in anybody's lap.
Right.
You know, luckily I have a marketing background that allowed me the opportunity to be able to like, all right, cool. If anybody's going to sell this listing, there's going to be him.
Yeah. So
because of everything that I do behind the scenes that people don't see.
Yeah. And you're killing it.
Well, it's been pretty busy. It's been pretty good. We had multiple offers on the property. We had our huge open house, like a broker's open, like everybody's seen, you know, you post.
Yeah.
That was a crazy event. Like that was the first time I've ever put together an event like that. And obviously with the help of Fernanda, like my brokerage, you know, to be able to do something like that. Central Florida Ferrari.
Woo!
So I had to pull some plugs from when I used to photograph cars.
No kidding.
Yeah. So, you know, I worked with Central Florida Ferrari. They were able to bring out 2 cars. They brought me a brand new Ferrari Roma, which is barely out, and a Ferrari F12.
Wow.
So they brought 2 beautiful machines to park in front.
Which one did I take a picture with?
You took a picture in the Roma.
That's a new one?
That's the new one.
Fancy.
Wow.
See how fancy I am?
You're so fancy. But I think it's a huge testament to your brokerage, but also to anyone who's looking to get into real estate. You can make it. Like, Tiffany, have you been in it a year yet?
Yes.
Yes.
I've been full-time just over a year, and I'll hit my 2 years with the brokerage in October, but I went full-time in March.
And you're leading the office in sales right now.
Right.
That's amazing.
Totally make it. Like,
and you know, just that 2 years for you too. Like that's amazing.
And he's in a $6 million listing.
Yes, you can do it. And you're right. You said it doesn't just fall in your lap.
It doesn't.
No.
It does not just fall in your lap. You cannot just sit back and they don't just bring you $6 million listings. So
if I did improve myself in my first year of real estate, my first year I did 14 transactions and $5.5 million in volume. Mm-hmm. Right. And if I did improve myself that first year and kind of kept pushing it, whatever marketing background I had would not land me this listing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But once they saw that, you know, I was hungry for it, they knew that the house would sell, they gave me a shot at it.
That's amazing. So what is, aside from marketing, or was that the only thing, what is the seller of this magnitude looking for in a realtor?
Somebody that's going to be responsible. Somebody that's not going to be throwing around parties and inviting everybody over the property. Like they know who to bring to the house. Also, at the same time, you have to kind of gauge the client that's coming on the other end, because when you have a listing like this, we get a lot of phone calls too from other agents that just wants to see the house.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to know when somebody's serious about it, and whatnot. So they want to look into like, what are you going to do to sell my house?
Right.
Like in our case was the marketing. I'm very well connected because the car industry in Orlando is it's pretty wealthy. They have deep pockets.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm very familiar with the people that hang around events at Central Florida Ferrari, Lamborghini of Orlando, track events with $500,000 cars, that they can afford to burn through, a set of tires in a weekend. That's the type of people that can afford this home.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to kind of pull the network that I had previous to becoming an agent with my knowledge in media, photos, video. I knew that, sure, I used to do my photos and videos. On this specific property, I have a friend of mine, Living Proof Photography down in West Palm, and all he shoots is mansions.
Mm-hmm.
All he shoots are the multi-million-dollar listings, like $40 million homes, Scottie Pippen's home. And once we originally got the listing, I was like, hey man, like, I want you to photograph my listing. I want nobody else to touch it. And he was like, Lafa, I can't do it the first time we got it because we had the listing and we lost it and then we picked it back up again. So then the second time came around, I was like, hey, listen, we're planning to list the property on this date. When can you make it up here? He's like, Lafa, I'm going down to the Keys to photograph some stuff, for a client. I can't make it up there that week. I was like, dude, make it happen. 2 days later, he calls me and he's like, hey, good news, my client just canceled. Like, I kid you not, like, once I got this listing, everything just kind of fell in place like it was meant to happen.
Wow.
Like, it was meant to be. Like, he was like, Lafa, I don't know what happened, my client just canceled. We're going to move the shoot to August so I can come up and shoot the house for a day.
Nice.
Wow.
So he came up and did the video, did the photos. He actually just posted it today because we couldn't really post for so long. But then it was just that, like getting the property out there. Because the property had been on the market for 2 years with a previous agent, it was a property that was kind of not stale, but everybody had seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew that relisting this property would have to create that wow effect from the gate. So once the contract fell apart on the last contract they had with the previous agent, the clients wanted to pull the house off the market for 30 days, kind of give it a refresh in the MLS. We ended up getting staging done with Max Home Design. So they're actual furniture company from Brazil. So they staged the entire home. It's staged by them. And if you guys might see some clips. I don't know if you guys are going to put some clips of the property on the video.
Yeah.
But you guys might see some clips of the property that you guys can see how beautiful it really looks.
Yeah.
So the game plan was get the house off the market, get everything prepped, make sure that everything was lined up. So that way we can go ahead and come out with a bang. And we did just that. Like, it was perfect.
Yeah.
All the way up to the open house that the brokers opened.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of a hiccup. They cut the water off by mistake, like the same day of the brokers open.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Sure.
And
of course.
that always makes a good clip, a good video. But they cut the water off by mistake. We sat on the phone for like an hour and a half with OUC.
Oh my gosh.
They got somebody out here in like 20 minutes.
See, can't be good.
So
No, I know.
No, you can't. I was like,
Always in the
listen,
worst
man,
hour.
we have food. We have about 65 people coming through. We need water.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently they put it in the queue, and the person that was supposed to cut the water was going to come in like 2.5 hours. Some guy rolled up front with the OUC truck. I was like, yo, you turning on the water for this house? And he was like, yeah, I'm getting it done. I was close by, so I figured you should wait to the next guy.
Uh-huh.
I ended up tipping the guy $20. I was, yo, go buy yourself some lunch.
Yeah.
Turns out he became a client because now he wants to buy a lot in Davenport.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
real estate opportunities,
Yeah.
you never know who you're gonna meet. You never know who's gonna be your next client.
Right.
That's
Didn't we learn that from Ryan Serhant?
Yes.
What does he say? You should give out your business card to how many people a day?
Everybody.
Everybody. Little tip for our soon-to-be real estate friends. The secrets are out.
Yeah, no, you give your business card to everybody. You never know who's gonna become your client. I have clients that I've held open houses with, and we barely talk. I make sure that I talk to every client that comes to an open house.
Yeah.
And we barely talked. And she called me about a month and a half, like, out of the open house. She's like, hey, do you remember who I am? Like, I stopped by the open house, blah, 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 blah. I'm looking to buy a property at, Checkers Gate.
Mm-hmm.
From the open housing. It's all who you talk to and how you approach people.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go into real estate just thinking about commission. You want to think about relationship. That relationship will bring you to commission.
100%. And I think we've talked about that so many times. I think that that's what really sets apart a good agent from a great agent.
Right.
Because when you have the right thoughts in mind, the right motives in mind, then it comes to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes to you.
Right. Awesome.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And what are we planning for moving forward with this listing? You had multiple offers. You've had multiple offers.
Yes. So we've had multiple offers. We're working on finalizing a couple things, waiting on financial statements and all that stuff because it is a big listing. So we're just waiting to kind of finalize things.
Yeah.
And we have offers that people are calling in today and they're like, hey, can we still put in an offer?
Wow.
So, hey, my clients want to see it again.
And the previous agent couldn't sell this for 2 years.
I honestly can't tell you what it was. So the previous agent, obviously we won't mention any names because she's one of the greatest agents in town, like hands down.
Oh wow.
She's one of the top 10 in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it was a mixture of things. On the property why it couldn't sell. Maybe marketing, or I honestly don't know because she's a great agent, somebody that I admire, like on the agent side, as a broker. So like everybody looks up to her.
It might have been your connections.
It could have been connections,
right? Your different style of marketing,
personality, different style of marketing. It could have definitely had an effect to it, but she's great at what she does.
Yeah. Oh well,
but it does still say a lot to your abilities and
no kidding.
What you have to offer. So good job.
Thank you.
Props on
good job. Because now doesn't Ryan Serhant also say? I don't know. I haven't taken the class.
Oh, I guess we have to take.
But I watched a few YouTube videos.
You gotta do it.
Once this is your highest sell, then we're gonna go higher. You only go higher. You refer everything that's under 6 months
to me.
Right.
That's the game
over
plan.
Here,
And that's the game plan too. Like, so not necessarily refer out stuff because they're not warranted of my attention.
Yeah.
But like I'm still gonna work with everybody, the $100,000 apartments, whatever the case.
Right.
The real estate industry, like when it comes to a luxury listing, it's very hard to get your foot into the door. So when you have your foot into the door, you want to make the best of it because you want to show other people that you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And sometimes you just need that extra, like that little click that's like, hey, I'm going to give you a chance. Don't screw it up.
Yeah.
So I got the chance. I think we were doing pretty well with it.
Yeah.
So I think this is probably going to lead me to listings that are like it and probably higher as well. Once obviously the name gets out there.
Right.
But, I'm going to treat the same $100,000 apartment the same way that I would treat a $7 million listing. So everybody gets the Lafa experience.
As they should.
They should, yeah. Well, I would love to hear your pitch for this house. Like, what are the coolest things? And we'll try to show them in the YouTube video as well.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I mean, in a $6 million house, we are on the lake. The most beautiful chain of lakes. We're Windermere chain of lakes, right?
Butler chain of
Wait,
lakes.
Butler, yeah.
Okay.
We're on Tibet?
Yeah, we're on Tibet.
Tibet.
I call it Tibet. Lake Tibet. So Lake Tibet is one of 13 lakes that make up the Butler chain of lakes. So it's a total of 5,000 acres of water surface. Great for water skiing, jet skiing, boating. Like people are out there in the middle of the day, like on a Monday. Like I would want to be in the middle of the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not swimming around because there's gators, but
Oh, that's where I'd be for sure.
There you go.
Good thing we're YouTubing it. Can you see that all the way back there? Probably not.
I hope it doesn't fall.
Oh man. And this is why we chose to do our first YouTube podcast.
Yeah. Like a live recording.
Right.
Yeah.
Podcast.
What do you call it? I'm still learning. Just so everyone knows, this is really the first time I've ever gotten into podcast is doing one. So bear with me here.
There you go.
But whatever it's called, this is the first time we've ever recorded the whole thing because how can you not? I mean, look at the view behind us. It's gorgeous. So.
And people want to see it. So we're going to show, obviously, we're going to show this really cool kitchen in a minute. Yeah. But I only see cabinets like that on TV. So anyways, what else? There must be a refrigerator hidden somewhere. There must be a microwave underneath the sink.
So right behind those doors that we're seeing right now, so you got Sub-Zero, fridge, and the middle door is a hidden pantry door.
Okay.
So it feels like you're in a cave.
Wait, you can go in there.
You can actually go in there. It's a full
we'll
room.
do that.
It's a full
We'll show our YouTube audience.
Then we have 4 ovens on the side. You got
4 ovens.
4 ovens. So we got 3 ovens and a microwave. So yeah. And then you also have the regular stove. So we got a 5-burner like Thermador.
And
gas stove.
You have the guest quarters.
Yeah. So this house is 9,700 square feet. There's 4 suites on the main unit. There's one complete like apartment for guests on the outside house, and then we also have a maid's quarters. So maid's quarters could be a guest room as well.
Yeah.
Full bathroom, walk-in closet. There's a gym with a view, sauna, infinity edge pool, 300 bottle wine cellar. You name it. Like this house has.
Right. That's amazing. I can't wait to. I haven't even had the tour yet. Right?
No, you haven't. I just haven't seen it. So
Like,
we'll have
do you
to
know
video
how
that.
many? Is there a telephone by the toilet somewhere? Like, or that's always the coolest thing. Or every toilet has a bidet. Like something.
There is a
are
bidet.
bidets.
There
People
is a
get really crazy in their bathrooms.
There
but
are a couple of bidets for sure.
maid's quarters. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And a light up counter in the bathroom, right?
Light up counter in the bathroom. That's pretty cool. It's like the stone on the counter. It lights up. So
Oh wow.
Lafa's
So
gonna
we
have
don't
to give you a whole
shadows.
tour.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of like that Drake moment. You know, like you just flip the switch. So.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it. I know.
But yes, every detail in the home was picked because the home was supposed to be lived in.
Yeah.
They built the house for themselves. It just happened to get a little too big that it didn't make sense.
Amazing detail for sure.
I love it.
What do you want to know about the home? What else do you want to know?
Well, why don't we do a full video tour
Yeah, I mean,
if we have time?
so on a house like this,
Uh,
are there 4 AC units?
7.
Oh, seven. Seven
Seven.
AC units.
7 AC units.
Okay.
Geez, Jenna, why would you not expect to have so many units?
7 AC units. We got a full-blown generator.
Okay.
Yeah, lighting rods all over the house.
Water filtration everywhere, reverse osmosis, water softener.
Everything you can imagine. It's got a full smart system, so iPad upstairs, iPad downstairs. You can control music, lights, curtains.
Curtains.
Yeah, I can hit a button and the curtains come down.
Of course.
How long did it take you just to learn how to use everything in the house? Did you have to come get a tutorial?
Honestly, about a week of
Yeah.
messing with things to kind of know exactly like who turned off what, like which turned on
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
like how do you turn on the stove, how do you turn on like the curtains, like so. But now I can pretty much talk about this house like with my eyes closed. Like,
Yeah. And you're always good at that stuff. That's why you're the one I'm calling to say, I can't even get my computer to work and he's getting blinds on a remote control.
Yeah.
if you want to list your home for sale, you can always call me.
I know who to call.
I know a guy.
We will definitely tag all of your information in our show notes, as well as we know your Instagram is your little baby. Lafa
It is.
great
I'm
with
always on it.
Instagram, as well as your video that you've already taken, right?
Yeah, so everything.
We'll
everything
put all of
was
that on
mentioned,
there.
like,
So
you know.
check the show notes.
Yeah, absolutely. I use my Instagram the most. So if anybody wants to get in touch,
Yeah.
I kind of build up my audience over the last couple of years, like between like photography, my weight loss, and then real estate.
No
like
kidding.
that's what I build up on.
Is there anything unique about this community outside of just this house or being on the chain?
So this house is the most unique house on the block, right?
I could tell that.
It's got
Driving.
character. There's a lot of new homes that are being built that are very modern. So it's got like that boxy look, but this one has character. In terms of like the neighbors, I've met most of them down the street, and they've all been extremely welcoming, extremely open. They've been here for 20 years, 30 years, 22, 27.
Wow.
So they've been here for a very long time.
Is there a boat? Doesn't come with the house, but there is a boat dock. So is there like a club that these guys join?
There is a club. I mean, I guess they can always come up with a gang of boats to parade in the lake.
The Butler chain of lakes has Isleworth Country Club. So if you are a member of the Isleworth Country Club, then you can go there. But it's not on this lake.
It's not on this lake, correct?
Right.
But yeah, you can park a boat, 2 jet skis.
Wow.
If you want to invite me over for to go boating, I'm more than welcome to.
It has a lift too, so.
Yeah. It's a lift.
Have a lift. Yeah.
Wow. Is the pool heated?
And the pool is heated.
Salt water?
Saltwater.
How did you determine if it was salt or fresh water?
I actually put my finger in it
And tasted it.
Taste it salty?
That's how you the proper way to determine if a pool is saltwater or cold.
You gotta make it fun. Why not?
Oh, awesome. Well, I can't wait to take the tour.
Yeah, let's do the tour.
What else? What else should we know? You have it coming soon, right? I mean, this isn't going to air for a while. Have you told anybody about your coming soon?
No.
Okay, you don't have to.
No. It's a smaller home.
That's okay.
It's a very small home over on the other side of town, Deltona.
Deltona.
Oh, awesome.
So I got a friend of mine he's been contemplating on selling the house, so
Yeah.
he was just like, hey, let's do it.
You do a little bit of everything. And I think the key for us so far, well, I don't know, because we've kind of gone back and forth, is to not say no to anything.
No.
As long as people are treating us right.
That's
it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Like I said,
Yeah.
relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Like treat
Yeah.
everybody with respect. Don't say no because the listing is below your threshold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of agents. One of the biggest things in the industry that I feel like is some of the bigger name agents.
Mm-hmm.
They're always running to create a team because they're more money motivated. Like I enjoy what I do, so I don't want to create a team to say, hey, listen, this one's only $200,000. You deal with it. Let me get a cut of the commission.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be part of the deal too. Like I want to enjoy that $200,000 deal the same way that I do the $7 million house.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's one of the things that kind of keep me going and keeps me on the right path to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't chase the money. Like I much rather have 10 relationships and 3 deals versus not have any relationships and have 20 deals.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Agree. Is there anything left? Any closing arguments? Any closing statements? So Tiffany's falling to number 2.
Yes.
Dang it.
But we're going to go outside and meet the neighbors. I mean, people have been here for 20, 30 years. They have a lot of equity in their house.
I'm already working on
Lafa, we're going to go past out.
I'm already working on it.
We're like, we're inviting you over for a podcast so we can get into the neighborhood and pass out our own business
Now
cards.
that I have the
Any
code.
deal that comes in here, I want a 20%
Tiffany,
referral.
we're getting you,
You
back
got
to
it.
number 1.
Yeah.
We're getting you back to
Good
number
luck.
1 right away.
It's all like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it has been, for sure.
Healthy competition.
Always.
Yes.
Always. Every time she starts catching up, then I start kind of pulling ahead.
Yeah, that's true. And then I'm like,
And then she passes me, and I'm like, oh,
less snacks, more work.
there you go.
Less naps or snacks?
Both. Snacks and snaps. Snaps and snacks.
What?
Snaps.
Wow.
We're going to have to cut
How
that.
we going with that one?
We're going to
Less of that too, Tim.
come over that.
That's funny.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're
it was
welcome.
so nice to meet you today, and
Same.
I can't believe I'm here in this beautiful house. And
Well, let's take a tour.
yeah, I want to see it. I want to
Let's
see
do
it.
it.
Thank you
Tour
so much.
time.
You're welcome.
Check
All
out the
right.
show notes
Yeah.
for all the things.
There'll be a link to the YouTube video as well, but we're just selling Central Florida on YouTube. Just so you
Yeah.
can find us there, Tiffany and Jenna.
Give it a subscribe now.
Hit subscribe. Yeah, is that what I said? Yeah.
Give it a subscribe.
Yeah, give it a subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So also, let me just point out that we know there's an issue with our Winter Garden video.
Oh, we're going to point that out
Yeah.
here?
Yes, because
No.
it has been fixed by the time that this one gets really.
I wouldn't promise that because I'm having some issues. Lafa, I need help.
Oh,
We
gosh.
have like 6 views on our Winter Garden.
Oh, we do? No, it's probably all me trying to see if it's working.
But
We'll
like
get
we
you fixed
said,
up.
we're not afraid to try new things, and we're just trying new things, and we're not always successful.
There you
Yeah, so bear with us. We're learning as we go.
But keep following us because you're going to get to see the fun and the fails.
Yes. Watch us fail. It's fun.
All right.
Bye, everyone. See you next
Bye.
week.
go.
Thanks.
Bye.
YouTube.
Welcome to my newest listing, 9236 Bay Point Drive, located in Bay Hill. This is Lafa with Nova Real Estate. Let me show you around.